Ladies and gentlemen, I am Thaddeous Shade. You're listening to The Odd Nerd. Yes, I changed it. I changed the name of my podcast because it felt better. It fitted me better. I am an odd nerd. I am from the hoodie of hoodiest hood places of Kansas City, Missouri. A poor black child from Kansas City, Missouri. Po. And man, I loved so many things that weren't considered things that you were supposed to like properly love. So I've been an odd nerd my whole life. Comic books, movies, TV shows, texts, video games. I loved it all. The Wizard. I think it came out in 89, 90. It's the first time I had seen like the Power Glove. What a time for Nintendo. If you're younger, you don't really know this, but there was a time when they introduced the Power Glove. Fred Savage, I think the name of the movie was The Wizard, and they introduced the Power Glove. Now, later on, you see it, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge. He has it when he's doing what he does best. But, yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that. And then Super Mario Brothers 3 was at the end of that movie for the tournament. And I've always been to video games. I've always been comic books and X-Men and Batman and my movies and my TV shows, from Power Rangers to The Matrix. We can go on We can go on and on, baby. My favorite movie is Forrest Gump, for God's sakes. I enjoy Forrest Gump. Now, I'm not saying that I can watch it all the time. I'm just saying that I absolutely think it's a phenomenal movie. And a lot of people are not going to tell you that, like, Forrest Gump is their favorite movie. Hopefully that like shows you that I'm really a movie guy, really a TV show guy. So yeah, the name of the podcast has changed. It's The Odd Nerd. I am him. I am odd. And I also don't have a problem smacking a motherfucker. That's the side of me that makes me odd, because it could be a beautiful day, a beautiful sunny day in Phoenix, and I happen to attack a good a Whole Foods, which I talk about. Like, I moved over to Sprouts now. I can attack a beautiful Sprouts, and I could be inside of there, and somebody could be a piece of shit. I don't have a problem smacking a piece of shit. I still have the ghetto in me. I still have the hood in me. I still have the ghetto in me. Yes, I'm a coffee nut, and if you got a good brand of coffee, I will drink that coffee with my pinky up. That is my bougie side. I have a bougie side, but I have a hood side. I'll smack you. I kick you in your chest. 300, Sparta, kick, chest, hood, yes. But I just love to do nerd things, talk about nerd stuff, so I switched up what I am going for. It's probably still going to be pretty similar to what I was doing before, but we'll talk more, movies and TV shows and rumors and stuff like that. And I'll still talk about my life, because people would come to me and they would tell me, like, oh, how's your dog doing? And I had somebody this past weekend, yes, because I'm an elderly promoter. I had somebody this past weekend like, hey, are you, Thaddeus Shade? And I was like, it was a female. So, as soon as they do that, I'm like, listen. I only sign autographs between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't do it during the club, baby. I don't do it. I'm sorry. It's not what I do. You got to catch me between 6 p.m., 7 p.m., Tutti, 30, and I sign an autograph for you. That's what I do. But no, she just wanted to say that, oh, yeah, I listened to your podcast, Seasonable Clout. Like, people will come up to me and they'll talk to me about my dog and stuff like that. Winston, who's up in the front room, sleeps somewhere, not giving a fuck about a Nan Bill possible. And that's pretty cool. So it'll be similar to what I was already doing, bro. Like, it'll be, listen, dude, it'll be like similar to what I was already doing. Don't you worry about it. It won't be too crazy, too different. It won't be nothing like that, bro. I swear to God, bro. You guys can trust me, bro. Swear to God, bro. But let's get into it. So I want to talk about my fasting journey. I've been fasting since I think October. And my boy Craig Visions brought fasting to me. Now, I've always been a fat fuck my entire journey on Earth. And it started with, as a kid, the most fucking villainistic thing I used to do as a young lad was they had these mini Snickers, right? The mini Snickers, and they would come into a bag, and my mom would go to the Aldi's back home. And then, at the time you go to Aldi's, that means you was poor. Now Aldi's is cool. Y'all go in there with nice little Aldi bags and be like, oh my God, this is how we shop. But now Aldi's back where I'm from, you was going to Aldi's when I was a wee lad, you was being made fun of. I motherfucker going to Aldi's, that motherfucker broke. My mama lived at Aldi's, right? We was some Aldi motherfuckers, right? And so then I had just found out about Aldi's and the beef. Did you know Aldi's, there was brothers, right? This is just random cool shit y'all get to find out because y'all fuck with me. I told you I'm an odd nerd. So they were brothers, and I'm assuming they last, if I remember right, their names was Aldi's or whatever, and they're German. Nine. They're German, right? And there was a beef. There was a beef about selling cigarettes in the stores when they started opening their stores in Germany. There was a beef about it. They didn't want, one wanted to sell cigarettes, the other one didn't want to sell cigarettes, which is cool because it's like 19 somethings deep. You know what I'm saying? It was deep back when racism was real good and fresh, but it was deep back then, and they was opening up stores in Germany, and they did no cigarettes, and they had a beef. And the family, every time the brothers come over, they start talking, and they get in the beef over the cigarettes. I don't want no fucking cigarettes at the store. And he's like, I want some cigarettes at the store. And there was a beef in the family. They couldn't even enjoy the holidays. They couldn't even enjoy the holidays because it was beef. Ladies and gentlemen, they was at each other's throats over cigarettes, which I don't mind because I don't like cigarettes, cigarette smokes. I appreciate the brother who had beef with trying to put the ciggies in the store, right? So they did a split. They split, said, you know what, fuck. And then he was throwing middle fingers up. And it was the whole West Side. It was the whole East Coast thing. It was gangbang thing. They split up, ladies and gentlemen. They split up. And one of the brothers created Aldi's. He created for the hood. And the hood niggas went to go eat. You get your food stamps. Back when I was a wee lad, you get your food stamps and you cruise over to Aldi's. And you shop it up. You shop it up. And the other brother, guess what he created? He created Trader Joe's. Now, obviously, if you pick, well, you know what? Because I feel like there's like people, I go to Aldi's, because y'all have made it really cool. And I'm telling y'all, when I was a young lad, you couldn't do that shit. You get clown and you go to Trader Joe's. And y'all, I know how y'all feel about Trader Joe's because I'm coming up on the Trader Joe's feel. I understand. I feel cool now. Like I feel like, like I'm like in Middle Earth with other Middle Earth people. We're unique. Like we're knights and like princesses and like soldiers of the army of the kings. And we're just like unique villager people. Like if you don't fit, don't come in there cool with your shades on and your leather jacket. That's not what we do in there. We got brown bags and they're cloth and they're woven. They're probably from recycled material. It's the unique people that goes in the Trader Joe's. Don't come in there with your plastic bags and your Jimmy Choo shoes. Don't come in there with that. You know what I'm saying? You come in there with the Jesus sandals and you come in there like you understand what's going to, and you get the unique products that just are named with Trader Joe, but they're probably just a name brand product somewhere else, but they just got Trader Joe slapped on that jump joint. But that's what it is. The brothers, they was beefing over cigarettes, Aldi's, Trader Joe's, Thank you. I have provided you with something very cool. And if I had my pads dropped up right here, I would hit the clap button and they would clap. So since I don't have it set up like I'm supposed to, I'm going to do it myself. Woo! Yeah, that nigga know what he's talking about. Woo! So yeah, that's how it goes, right? So, okay, cool. Now, how my obesity had jumped up, right, was my mom would go to Aldi's and she would get, candy. Or I could go with her, and it was a beautiful Saturday morning, and we could get candy. And the Snickers, the mini Snickers in a bag full of them. When I say I used to body, see, when I used to body Snickers, the little mini ones, I would body them. I put them some bitches in the motherfucking ground. Bodied them. It was nothing to me. Diabetes, I didn't fear it as a kid. I didn't care. I was bodying Snickers. Put them all up in my gums. If you just powdered Snickers, cocaine powdered flavored Snickers, like cocaine flavored as a young lad, 7, 9, 6, 12, 13, 15, 10, I was doing lines of Snicker Coke. I would have not cared. I wouldn't have cared, man. I wouldn't have cared, bro. I wouldn't have cared. That's where it began. Not only did I, listen, it was the Snickers. You would get the cheap Tampico juice. As you're in a hood family, you don't know about high fructose corn syrup and all the other bullshit they put in there. You just knew that it was 99 cents. I don't know if y'all know, man. White people that may listen to me, I love y'all to death. I don't know if y'all know, but if you drink that Tampico juice can get it can clear battery acid. If you had you were a little constipated, you could drink that. If you wanted to get your own version of heartburn, if there was an old person, oh man, I really get heartburn, and you was a young person, you was like, oh man, I wonder what heartburn feels like. Well, you just drink a half a cup of Tampico juice, give it another 30 to 45 minutes, and that Tampico juice is going to start to light your chest up. It'll let you know. And that was me at the age of 13, like, damn, why my chest on fire? I shouldn't be feeling like this. But it would give you heartburn because you was drinking poison. And we didn't know because the flavor would hit. I mean, I would be outside at springtime to summertime and run inside and drink Tampico. There was no health rule advice at all. And the only time we drank water was because of the water hose, right? But other than that, I'd run in and grab Tampico juice and then a little bit of splash in my eye. I couldn't see for 45 minutes out my left eye, but the flavor was so good. I would drink the flavor and I'd run outside and play basketball. My organs would be like, I don't even know what the fuck this nigga doing. He done did lines of Snicker. He done did lines of Snicker Coke. And now he drinking battery acid. I don't understand, man. And that's how my life was. And that's how, all my shit was formed and shaped. I ain't got a sexy body. I got a sexy body. If a woman turn the lights down low, she go, I ain't got abs because she can't see me. You turn the lights down low, I do the right type of squint, I'm Michael B. She can't see me in the dark like that. Plus I'm dark skinned. So I lower my eyes, lower my tone. The next thing you know, I say, just visualize Michael B. It's going to be good. Let me do my thing. It's going to be all right. You're going to love yourself. You're going to love everything about what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? But that's how my journey got. And it took a long time because those habits carry with you. They travel with you through life. Your kid habits travel with you. And if you don't get hip quick, they'll carry with you for a very long time. And shit carried with me for a long time. And I remember switching to vegan, and I remember feeling like really different and really good. But at the same time, my body was like, nigga, you still eat like a piece of shit. You just eat vegan pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? You just able to process this shit faster and shit it out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand controlled eating. I've been a promoter for fucking ever, right? So then my nightlife was just jacking me off. You know what I'm saying? That just sounds rough, right? How a motherfucker just talking about some real shit, you just say, he's jacking me off. I know all this sounds real gangster. It sounds real, how I'm talking real gangster. Listen, if I'm in front of you people, ladies and gentlemen, especially white people, I'm not like this. This is my podcast, this is my shit, so I'm going to talk freely. This is my shit, this is my podcast, I'm going to talk freely. They're gonna let me shine. This is my shit. I'm the odd nerd. There gonna be times where you hear me use big words, and there's gonna be times it's gonna be a lot of cuss words. It's gonna be a lot of Negro and a lot of nigga. It's gonna be a lot of that. But if you could just imagine you're, enjoying, old Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams dropping the N-word, but not him actually doing it. Just imagine like a black version of Robin Williams doing that. That's me. That's him. Not him doing it because he wouldn't do that because he's a sweet man. Rest in peace. But me doing that. That's what this is all about. This is how I'm able to go outside and not do randomly mean things to people because I'm able to get all this stuff out through here and to y'all ears. Okay, so continuing about this. You learn all these bad habits as a kid, right? And if you're not hip quick, you keep them with you for a long time. So even being vegan, even though I felt better, my breath started smelling better. I know that sounds weird. My body odor was different. For the kids that may be listening to this, cover your ears. I'm about to say something really wild. I was even getting compliments on the taste of my baby batter, that it would taste better. And I don't know if you know. I know this is very TMI. I don't know if you know this. But that is supreme, sublime, supreme compliment activity right there. If you get complimented on how the baby batter tastes, I mean, it's got to be up there with Oscar. It's got to be up there with a personal invite from God himself or herself telling you, come on into heaven's gates. You good, man. I already done cleared it with everybody. You good. Come on in, bro. Do you understand what that does? You're like proud of your system and how it functions. And it wasn't like, I was diving in, but you obviously being vegan, your shit's going to change. You eat more greens and drink more fruit or eat more fruit, drink drink greens and all these things. It wasn't like I wasn't running out there. I definitely was eating Beyond Burgers and that shit's all processed and shit like that. I would get, still get my sugar in. It's just better sugar. It's just better sugar. You know what I'm saying? You just naturally eat cleaner when you go to vegan. It's just what it is. Just the fucking truth. You can still eat bullshit, but you're just going to end up eating cleaner. And you're going to end up learning more about veganism and you just start to try more. But it doesn't mean like your eating habits will still be shit. My shit was shit. I was eating late night. But continuing on, let me tell you, that's still supreme, sublime, amazing compliment. It doesn't get any better than that. It's like holding an Oscar. I want to thank my boy for putting me on to the vegan journey. You know what I'm saying? You get a little teary. I want to thank my boy for putting me on to the vegan journey. Shit, I ain't never even expect to ever get no compliment like this. Lord Jesus, you know what I'm saying? That's real. So, yeah, I got that. And once I heard that a couple of times, it makes me sound like a whore. But once I heard that a few times, I was like, yeah, I'm never going going back to meat eating. And it's hard to when I'm going on to 8 years. And you start to see, and this ain't nothing about the meat. I hang with a bunch of animal killers. You know what I'm saying? I'm always dramatic. I always call my friends animal killers, but that's not why I did it. Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Listen, I don't give a fuck about an animal. It was about me. Now I do care, but I'm not going to lie to y'all and say, oh man, it was about saving Charlie the pig. Because if it came down to it and I had to survive in a zombie apocalypse and I seen the pig right there, you hear that sound? When you eat something good and you smacking your teeth trying to get the meat out your teeth, the pig gone. Because I got to survive. Now I care. I really do. I don't like endangered species. I like when the species is recovering. But make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, if I got to take my dagger, my homemade, handmade zombie apocalypse dagger, and I got to go jump on the back of a white whale and gut that motherfucker to survive. Ladies and gentlemen, I have survived 20 years in the zombie apocalypse because I'm murdering any animal possible. I don't want to see them dead, but survival, I would do. So it was never about the animals. It was about my health and trying to do something different to lose weight, because you look up and you see Rick the model, and Rick the model got all the other lady models and they love him to death. And so you want to get your body right. You want to feel better. You want to move better. And as you get older, you want to be able to still have a little hip thrust power to it. So that's what it's all about, right? So then when I realized you try all these things, and I really enjoy vegan, but it didn't really move the needle as far as weight. I still was a big motherfucker, and then like you can't get the ladies, but I was still a big motherfucker, and I wasn't really happy with what was going on. So think about how long I've been vegan, and I finally get put on to fasting, right? And you hear about it. Of course you hear about it. If you're on the internet, you're going to hear about it for sure. It's no way you don't, right? And I would do, before I learned about true fasting, I would do like 16-hour fasting or something like that, but it was never the right way. I'd wake up and I'd have like 3-4 fucking sugar coffees on some gangster shit. 3-4 of them sweet things. 3-4 of them sweet things. Just bow. Putting non-dairy creamer in there, but that shit was Oakley. Listen, that Oakley, that is, I would rather set a tire shop on fire, sit in the middle of that tire shop while it's on fire, and inhale all the tire fumes I can handle for 3 days straight than to drink a small ounce of Oakley creamer. That shit is poisonous. And you don't know, right? And as you journey through shit, you learn more and more. And you're thinking I'm thinking I'm doing things right. Oh yeah, I'm fasting. I go to the gym and, I'm lifting heavy and I'm doing this shit. And, things, you go to the gym hard and you doing things, your body's going to do some things. I'm lifting heavy. I'm in that bitch 2 hours, 1,500, 2,000 calories. I was trying to get the 2,000 calories burning in the gym. I was Stairmastering all types of shit. But you would start to see shit form, but shit wasn't moving in a slimmer way. I was getting stronger than a son bitch, but it wasn't moving in the way you want it to move. Because I was still eating like shit. I would still eat at 10:30. I would still eat at 11:30. I still would eat at 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then think I can get up and go to the gym and burn it off. And that shit wasn't working at all because I'm a nightlife promoter, right? So I'm naturally a vampire. Me and every other vampire got a lot in common. We do dirt. We have fun at night. We have our fun at night. And so, yeah, man. And all of a sudden, Visions, my great friend of mine, long friend of mine, he stumbles upon this. I don't know if it's a stumble. I'm assuming it's a stumble. A lot of stuff is a stumble now because if you're on the media, a lot of it is a stumble. They're going to show you some shit. So he's telling me about Diary of a CEO. He's watching videos or the podcast on YouTube. He listens to podcasts, a ton of them. And so he's either listening, I can't remember if he was listening or he was watching it. And he's telling me about fasting and he's going to do it. And if you know my guy, Visions don't play about the sweets. He going to hate me for saying this. What I was as a kid with the sweets, because I really did stop and get way better especially once I became a vegan. Like I'm talking about, I was almost purified. I was a virgin when it came to the sweets. Damn near. Now don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm being truthful, but there's some vegan cookies out there right now that I'll bury a box of them right now. I'll bury a box of them. I swear to God, I'll bury a box. And so he is like that now as an adult, as a full functioning adult dad. He had what I had as a kid. He can body the sweets. He could put them down 6 feet deep with the sweets, the cakes, the candies. He gonna be like, what the fuck, bro? You just gonna be on your podcast smoking me out with the sweets? But it's the truth, fam. It's just the truth. I ain't saying nothing bad. I'm just telling the truth is, man. I'm just telling the truth is. And so he discovered the fasting, listening to the videos and stuff like that. He said, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. Because he brought the vegan to me. He's like, you want to do the 7-day challenge, the vegan shit? And I was like, yeah. So we did it, right? And somebody was messaging shade, you know what I'm saying? Somebody want to message this motherfucker and shit. And so as he's telling me about it, the vegan, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it with you. We did it 7 days. We did another 7 days, and I stuck with it after that because I liked the way everything felt. And so I was like, yeah, dude, you're doing it. I'm gonna do the fasting thing with you, which was 18 and 6. When you've tried a lot of things in life and some things kind of work, some things don't work, you know, you try things, and it actually can fuck with you mentally where you're like, this ain't gonna work, man. I know it's not gonna work. I know it's not gonna work. My body is incapable of losing weight. My body hates me. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, man. But I'll do it because you have no fear. Like I have fear of beasts, right? But that'll never change, right? I'll never not have a fear of beasts. I have a fear of flying. It's probably a good chance that'll never change. But I had no fear of thinking about going to an 18 and 6 window, which means I don't eat for 18 hours. I only have a 6-hour window of eating, and how I eat matters in that window. And so even when I started it, it was gangster, ladies and gentlemen. It was gangster. It was, it was, I think like the first couple of days, I looked at you ever see those cartoons when I don't know, you say animal or whatever would be starving and he would look over at another animal and that animal would turn into like a roast beef or like some type of chicken or something like that. Well, that's how I was looking at my dog, Winston. And I knew that Winston felt that. I knew that he felt that. I knew that he would look back at me and be like, listen, man, I know you feed me. I know you pay the bills. I know you turn on the air conditioner. But the way you're looking at me is going to require me to bite you. I am not food, man. I'm not food. You're looking at how I look at the dog food when you finally put the dog food in the bowl. That's how I'm looking at you. That's how you're looking at me. Now I'm a sweet, kind dog, but I still got some terrier. If you come over here me with that type of energy, I will have to bite you, man. Because I was hungry. Ladies and gentlemen, I was hungry. Then you, all of a sudden, it's weird. Because I slowly got adjusted to it. And then my stomach was just feeling like smaller. And when I would eat, this is like 3 days in, when I would eat, my stomach was getting full quicker. And I was conscious. But even in the beginning, I was still drinking coffee. Regular, like I would go to Starbucks or whatever to get my coffee. So it was still flavored coffee. And I wasn't really hip to all the rules and all the game, right? So it was doing its thing because I would stop eating at 6. So just imagine a decade plus, 13 years of always eating, I would eat, if I didn't have to be working. I would eat 11, 12, 1. If I wanted to, I'd just go in there and grab some shit. And I feel like I'll just go to the gym tomorrow. Or I won't eat and then I'll go to the gym. But I would stop eating at 6, man. You know what I'm saying? I stopped eating at 6. That shit was crazy. It was mad horse, son. I didn't know about half the stuff I know about now. So I was just like, okay, yeah, so I'm going to make sure I eat as much as I can in that window. I'm going to still wake up, have my coffees or whatever. And I'm going to do my thing. And so immediately my stomach started getting smaller. And of course I was losing weight because I wasn't taking in as much calorie work. But then I started learning more about it and the insulin dropping after a certain amount of hours. And that's when the body shifts and starts burning fat and all these things. And ontogamy. Oh, I always fucked ontogamy. Ontogamy. Y'all know the word I'm trying to say. Fuck. This is where my high school dropping out really hurts sometimes, you know? It's not fun, ladies and gentlemen. It's not fun. But yeah, you start learning more. Then you start learning like, oh, you can only have black coffee or tea and water. Okay. And then you start learning about perfect aminos and what perfect aminos can do for you when you're in your fasting window. Yeah, it takes you off from ontogamy. Fuck. It takes you off from that, but it keeps you in fat burning mode. It doesn't raise your insulin up, all these things, right? So then you go, okay, well, cool. I learned about the perfect aminos and I started taking that later. But the most important thing I had learned about the fasting process was I started taking LMMT, right? So, and MCT oil. So the MCT oil and the perfect aminos I set to the side, right? I learned about those things. The LMMT was the most important thing that I had learned about because everything else is fucking gangster without LMMT. So as you try to, just say you're doing a water fast, I've done 72 hours, I've done 24 hours, right? And you do those things and your body switches into a mode where it starts to heal itself and repair itself. A bunch of things come with happening when you're doing a water fast, right? And you're just drinking black coffee and you're having your tea and, you know all those things, right? And the LMMT, ladies and gentlemen, the LMMT is the Superman of fasting. It saves your life. Saves your life, ladies and gentlemen. You drink a little LMMT with that sodium and that potassium in your body's like, oh yeah, okay, this is all we really need. I appreciate you, fammy. I appreciate you, fammy. I love you too, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. And that was like one of the most important things that I had learned. And so as I was, 30 days in, I had dropped a lot of weight. So I started this at 305. So we're clear. I started this at 305 pounds. My biggest I had ever been was like 340. Started this at the elderly age that I'm at 305. I'm currently sitting at 265. And this is October, November, December, January. So 4 months, I'm down 40 pounds. Did I do that right? 30, 70 pounds? Yeah, 40 pounds. Yeah. And I got 15 pounds to go. So I want to get down to 250. Right? That's where I wanted to go. I want to get down to 250 and I got 15 more pounds to go and I'm going to smoke this out here in the next. And this is going through the holiday season. So ladies and gentlemen, I did fumble a couple of times. Not a lot. I did really great during the holiday season. It ain't like I got like a lot of family or nothing like that, but I like the holiday season. So Stranger Things was dropping and shit. And so I was eating like a fucking mongrel when that shit was going. It didn't matter. When Stranger Things dropped, I was eating. So I was outside my window fucking up boxes of cookies, fucking shit. I was fucking that shit up. I'll get back on it, but I wasn't on my Savage Records how I was October, November, and then like that early December, because I know I went hammer time on Thanksgiving. I went nutsified on Thanksgiving, and then I would get back on and then Christmas I lost my mind because I was watching Stranger Things. But during that shit, I wasn't as tight as I am, so I'm back to being tight. So I'm gonna knock off this last 15 easy. But fasting has changed my life completely, and so people were seeing the results of me. When you are overweight, lover, heavy D, people see your shit drop quickly, right? When you are overweight, lover, heavy D, people see your shit drop quickly, and that's what people were seeing. And my guys around me, my boy Davion, he got on it. it started working for him instantly. My boy Corey got on it, started working for him instantly. And then people around Corey started doing it. My boy Visions kicked off something very special. We have another friend of ours that's just started the journey, and it's a real thing. It's gangster, you know, but if you are in a situation where you're wanting to learn a lot about yourself mentally, knowing that you don't need 3 meals a day, like, and it's not like, I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying from my perspective, I'm not a goat at this shit. I don't have all the knowledge. I can just tell you that it works, and it's not as gangster as you. Them first few days, you know what I'm saying? It's like Tyson hitting you in your nutsack, or if you don't have a nutsack, ladies, it's like Tyson hitting you in both your titties. It's the best I could do, or maybe getting punched in the pussy because I heard that hurts, but hey, it is what it is, right? It's like Tyson punching you in the pussy, even though Tyson's a sweet human. I've met Tyson. He's a nice man. He ain't gonna punch you in the vagina, ladies. But it's tough in the first few days, but all of a sudden your mind and your body shifts in, and you learn it. You're not even really hungry like that. You used to habits, man. Stress. You may eat more. When I watch the Warriors, I be wanting to eat. It still happens now when I watch the Warriors. I just have to drink, water on my LMT. And I don't overdo the LMT real quick. I don't overdo the LMT. I may take a half a pack of the LMT and I sip that. I don't even have to drink all that. I sip that thing, So the LMT stretches out for me pretty good. And then, but the habits. If I'm watching, I just watch 7 Nights Kingdom 7. I was watching that. Almost lost my mind. I wanted to have popcorn while I was watching it. So the habits of life are still there. You just learn to deal with them better, and you beat them. I beat them. I'm beating them, because you're used to doing certain things when you're watching shit and you're doing stuff. And stress will hit you, so you end up stress eating. So I learned how to deal with that and control that. And then my body's just shifting. I can see my dick. It was cool, man. Like the first few weeks, I was like, oh, look at my dick. It's pretty nice, man. It's a nice dick. It's a nice cock, So it's been a hell of a journey. So as I'll talk about it going forward, and talking about my process and my progress of getting to 250, and it's wild being able to feel my body not have to carry the same amount of weight, and then like clothes don't fit, and it's wild, man. And that's the one thing in my whole life, my whole existence on earth is I talk a little slang. My whole existence on earth, that's one of the most potent things that have ever worked for me. That's crazy. That says a lot, because it really has worked for me. And I thought about all types of stuff, man. I wanted to do the GLP shot and take the pills, and I've tried other stuff back in the past, but I wanted to do the I forgot the name of it. You take it and you lose the weight, and then they have all these things about how you potentially get the weight back, all this stuff. But I just did it like this, man, and to show myself that I could do it, I did it. And then the crazy thing is, if I'm probably seeing probably Sunday I'll do another 72, because I haven't done a 72 in like a month and a half. So I'll probably do another 72, just water it up with the LMT, let my body be like, right? Let my body, just to show myself that I know I can do it. And it feels crazy. And of course, introducing food back to your system. I remember the first time I did like a 36 or something like that. And then I thought I was introducing food back to my system the right way. And nah, man, I didn't do it right. My stomach was like, hey, fam, you're tripping. We're going to have a lot of shit to put out, and your stomach's going to rumble all day. So deal with that, because you're stupid. So then I did the 72, and then I had like some miso broth, and I like warmed my system back up, and then I ate, and everything was back to function. But it was crazy. And then it was dope. You feel real good afterwards. So that's my fasting journey. I lost a lot of weight off of that shit, like 40 pounds. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. So that's that. So let's move on. Right? Let's move on. I will continue to do this for the rest of my life, by the way. I will continue to fast for the rest of my life. Because I get older, I want to drop more weight, but I don't want to be there yet. I want to, enjoy this 250 mark and fluctuating between 250, 255. You know what I'm saying? But I'll continue to do this for the rest of my life. Now, I want to move on to, I'm hurt, ladies and gentlemen, right? I'm hurt. I own a pair of Meta Oakley glasses, right? Oakley Meta glasses. And I bought a scooter, okay? I've always wanted a scooter. When I went to Thailand, beautiful Thailand, and we got on the scooters, it's the most memorable thing that I felt like we did a lot of memorable stuff, but I really love this scooter. That was my joint. That's my Jimmy Jam. I loved hopping on the scooter, riding through the city, Phuket, Patong Beach, just riding and riding and riding. That was my blast. And I remember thinking, even when I was a kid, we tried to get go-karts and build go-karts and all this shit. Cause when you're poor, you just try to get what white people got. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's cool. Cause I know Tommy's got a dirt bike. I wish I could get a dirt bike. It's cool to know Tommy, and Tommy, I can watch Tommy ride his dirt bike. And even sometimes it'd be like, Tommy would let me get my pink lotion hands on the dirt bike and let me ride it. Sometimes you'd be like, oh, I got to wipe it down. No, because I know what you bring from the hood, from the ghetto. So it was always nice when I was able to do some shit with my white friends because they had white people shit. And so that's cool. That's really dope. They would let me, touch their shit. But we could never really get it. We had one, it was always hoodified though, right? And so, I bought a scooter, and it wasn't no regular scooter. This ain't no Save the Earth scooter. This ain't no electric scooter. This is gas powered. I'm getting up to 90, 95, 100. Well, my big ass, 85, is the safe. The safe, because this is one of them touring bikes, the Italy touring Piaggio. You got the fucking Piaggio, huh? You want the Maserati with the Woody, the fucking Piaggio, So I got that, and so I would put my my Oakley Metas on, and I would ride because they're a transition. And so when I'm out in the sun, of course, you know what that means when I'm out in the sun, they get darker and protect my eyes from UV rays. And it's pretty cool. They do a really good job. They're Oakleys. They're really cool. And I knew I wanted them because I do a bunch of coffee shit and I just go out and about. I want to use them for the club. I use them for the club, use them for my coffee shit. I use them a lot, man. I wear them a lot. And I think because I was riding with them on, man, I think they tore up my mic, right? So now, I'll give you an example. With the Meta Oakleys, you can record for Hey Meta. You can say, Hey Meta, record, and then Meta will turn on and start recording, and you could talk. And the mic was amazing. It picks you up. It's really good mic, and you could just talk and do your thing and go from there, right? And now when I'm talking, it sounds like I'm being drowned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being drowned in the water, and it's all, but I was hurt because I'd be riding my bike. But the crazy thing is I could still have phone calls because you can answer the phone, you can send text messages, you can do all those things. People can hear me talk and all those things. But the mic just went out when I was recording video. And now I had to go through the process of hitting it with the warranty, right? And I was nervous because, I got them back in October, and I knew the FBI. What the fuck? I was just making a mistake. I meant to say Best Buy and FBI, they rhyme. Don't tap my shit, federal government. I was just making a mistake. I was trying to say Best Buy. I said FBI. It's just a mistake. Please leave me alone. And I knew that the Best Buy warranty or the take back, of course, that shit's gone. And I was like, I wonder if they're gonna do like a warranty, because I never buy the warranty on anything, man. I don't know what is wrong with me. It's like my mom won't let me do it because she was cheap. I'm cheap. I can't do it. I can't get a warranty on nothing. They be like, do you want, even with Apple Care, I think I got Apple Care for my AirPods and my phone, but I'm like, I'd be like, is there any way that, is there a layaway version of this? Or is there a way that I can just, how much time do I got before I actually have to like buy it? They're like, well, you got like 60 days. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna take 60 days. And then it'd be like 1 day left, and I'm like, fuck, let me get this apple carrot on here, man. Because I know, bro. And you don't never think anything's going to happen because you feel like you're a responsible adult, and then bam, AirPods gone, phone gone, dropped in something or fucking whatever. So I've just learned to buy. Except for when I bought the damn glasses, I should have got the care shit because I just went to Best Buy and bang, bang. They just took care of motherfucker. They took care of me. They said, hey man, I see what's going on with you, big homie. I see what's going on with you. I see your glasses ain't right. We're gonna take care of you. Let me go talk to my manager. He gonna hook you up. And then now I got my glasses back. But I didn't do that, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't opt to get the insurance or the Geek Squad, wherever the heck they was offering me. I was like, no, I'm good, fam. Because it was already $511. And then when you get to that $511 mark, you start thinking about the insurance is going to add like another $30-$40. You're like, I'm at $540, $550. And then you're like, shit, I'm good. And I look up, mic stops working. Now I got to dig in and do some research because me and Chat, we're best friends. Me and Chat GPT are best friends. And I'm learning to use so many other AI things, and I'll do a whole nother episode on AI and all that stuff and what I'm using and how I'm using things. But me and Chat, we're best friends. And they try to make fun of the 40-year-old and ChatGPT, but now fuck that shit. Learn that shit. Learn that shit in great detail. Use it. Use the fudge out of ChatGPT. Use it. Use it. So I use it a lot. And I talked about a previous episode that I know I'm going to die by AI. I know that I'm going to eventually buy one of the AI robots that lives with me and it's going to kill me. I am okay with that because I use technology. I use AI. It's okay. Come get me. Stabbed to death by my own robot. Thank you, Elon Musk. Right? And I had to go through the processes of using ChatGPT to find out what the warranty was. So I'm going through doing the warranty thing, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, okay, so Chat's like, you're good, fam. Like, bro, because Chat likes to talk to me black because it knows I'm black and how I talk. It adapts to how you talk until it needs to tell you something about some doomsday type shit. And then it'll tell you something proper like, hey, anyway. So boom, I fill that all out. And, the process is a bitch because I got like an 8-step process. It's like you would think I was trying to like become a lawyer or something, but I just want to return some glasses. I just want y'all to, step 1, I filled out something. I had to wait 3 days. They said, okay, yeah, it's under warranty. Then I got to fill out something else. They said, okay, appreciate you, fam. Then they sent me something. He's like, you got to click on this link, fill out some other shit. And I filled it out. And they's like, hey, give us 48 hours, fam. We're going to get back to you, big dog. And now I'm waiting for them to send me the other email so they can send me the shit so I could get the packaging so I could send the glasses back because everything is approved. It's just 80 steps to get this done because they don't want to give you they want to take care of you. They want you to suffer. They don't want your stuff to work. They want you to pay $511 and they don't want you to be happy. They just want everything to be so difficult. And I'm not going for it. I'm going to get my glasses. So I'm waiting for them to send me that. And then I'm going to sit on my glasses. Because the Oakley Metas, if you out there, ladies and gentlemen, outside of, if you they're really dope. You watching your son's game, your daughter's game, you put them on, bam, record. You can get POV, you run up and down that. If you're a cussing parent at your child's sporting event, you one of the ones that like to throw hands at other students and throw hands at other parents and throw hands at the refs, you might want to wear them because you might want to keep it because it's great content. And your kid might want to see it later on in life when they're coming out of juvie because you were such a distraught and crazy parent when they were a child, and they want to see old footage of you beating up the ref. You'll have that. You'll have that because the Meta glasses are dope. They're fun. Obviously, they don't look crazy. They're dope. Get you a pair. They're really fun, and you can use them for a lot of stuff, man. And I noticed as I got them, listen, I'm not saying I'm an influencer. I'm just saying that I'm a fucking influencer. I felt like after I got the glasses, ladies and gentlemen, everybody else in my community started to get the glasses. I use them every day. I'm going to use them here in a little bit. When I leave to go to the gym, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to put the glasses on. I'm going to put them on and I'm going to shine. I'm going to record things when I ride my bike. I'm going to record my workouts. I'm going to record shit. I swear to God, that's what I'm going to do. I swear to God, that's what I'm going to do. And so, yeah, if you get a chance, get you some Meta Oakleys. They're great for family activity, freaky shit. I have not got the chance to do freaky shit with my glasses. I took a dramatic pause because I'm realizing I haven't had the chance to do any freaky shit with my glasses. What am I doing? It's all about, you know what it is? The low lighting. So I will say this, the low lighting is solid for the Oakley Metas. That was one of the things I had bought or that I had read about, which the low lighting was a little bit better than the Ray-Ban ones. And I should have just got the Generation 2s, but it was going to take me a week before I could get the Ray-Ban Gen 2s. And then I looked up and I forgot about the band where you could see your activity in your glasses, and it was like $700. And I was like, I'd rather spend the money for the $700. I didn't use my brain. So I got the Oakleys. Blame Patrick Mahomes. I seen Patrick Mahomes and some Oakleys and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna get the Oakleys. It's always the light-skinned motherfuckers that can get you to buy some shit. And I seen Pat in them. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna give me some Oakleys. And I got them. I bought them. But I should have waited for the Ray-Ban Gen 2s and got the little band. I should just pay for the $700 plus tax, got the little band with that thing, and I could be doing all my Tony Stark shit. I could be doing my mini Tony Stark shit. And I fucked it up. But I'm going to get them. I end up getting them. I'm hoping that the Oakley Gen 2s, when they drop, they'll have the band, and I'll get them because they're really fun. I use them a lot. I love the transition. I don't even like sunglasses, but because I know I can do other stuff with these joints, I like, the sound system and the speakers in them. Fantastic. I can play music in them. They're really dope. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you like to just be able to grab content without pulling out your phone, or you just want to have a different POV, you want to show people what you're seeing. Oh, that was one of the cool things I had learned too. You can Facebook or Instagram, when you do a call on any one of those, you can double tap the side, and then those people can see what you're seeing. So if you into some real freaky shit, some real eyes wide shut Illuminati shit, you know what you could do? You go in the room, you wear your mask, right? You wearing your mask, you wearing your freaky deaky mask, you put that on, and you got two of your finest in front of you, right? And y'all all about to do some freaky deaky shit with some Illuminati shit, some weird shit playing in the background. And then what you do is you call one of your peoples. You know what I'm saying? You call one of your peoples, and they say, man, I want to watch, see what you're doing. You say, look, don't say nothing. Don't be loud. I'm going to call you, and I'm going to show you two of my finest. And we gonna get down, but don't be weird about it. Maybe you call, because in the eyes of guys, that's pause. You can't call another guy. You know what I'm saying? Unless y'all own that shit. I don't know if y'all own that shit. If you own that shit, that's cool. That's what you do. But not for me. Maybe I call a third woman. That's maybe my dream right there. That's my eyes wide shut Illuminati dream, is I call a third woman on there, right? So she watched the POV. I got two of my finest in front of me, and we having a good time. I don't even know where all that went. That just went to a whole nother land. But yes, you can you can Facebook, Instagram. When you do a call, you double tap your button on the side, and then they can see whatever you see, which is really cool and really fun. I was doing that the other day for my bike. I'm gonna do it again today. I might call my homegirl Kiera, and then I'm gonna get on the bike. I told her I would call her, and then she could POV and then see what I'm seeing as I journey through the city. But that is my first episode. I wanted to talk about his and hers, Greenland, and Rip. But I'll probably just do a separate episode for that. And then I've already posted some reviews of mine for those, his and hers, and then Rip. I'm doing a Greenland 2 post today. And then I'll talk about the Game of Thrones spinoff here in a little bit and post that rating for the first episode, because that was solid, so I'll talk about those things. But this is technically episode 1 is the Odd Nerd. That's what I am. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week and continue to come back. Share this with somebody. All right. Peace. I have been on a Starbucks strike when it comes to tea, because these motherfuckers ain't got no honey. And I know about a month ago I was complaining about these some bitches not having no honey. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. I said it again. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. They ain't got no honey, man. I go there, they ain't never got no honey. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own medicine balls at the house, because I don't really drink tea, but I would tear a medicine ball up. I said, I'll make my own tea at the house. So then I go, right? And I'm like, okay, what is a medicine ball, right? I go look, and it's, what is that shit? It's like it's Tijuana, I don't know, Tijuana. I know that's where you get marijuana.